Hello, folks. I just want to make something crystal clear when it comes about Sinn Féin. I want to clarify something and make a pretty direct statement, a very clear statement that when I said in one of my videos, shame on Sinn Féin, I should really, what I mean to say is shame on modern Sinn Féin. Because Sinn Féin was a political wing of, some people say it's a political wing of the IRA. I don't know if that's really entirely historically true because then again, there were people in the IRA that were originally in the original Sinn Féin. Of course, the IRA didn't get started until later on because Michael Collins was involved in a group called the IRB, Irish Republican Brotherhood, and they did have a they weren't just in Ireland. They also were in London, England. And Michael Collins was recruited by the IRB, Irish Republican Brotherhood, while he was in London, England, which is kind of interesting. And Eamon de Valera and Arthur Griffith and all the people that, part of the 1916 Irish Revolution, when it comes to the independence of Ireland from England, and also being a republic, which finally Ireland did become a republic in the May of 1949. Until 1949, Ireland actually officially became a republic. In 1948, Ireland did declare a republic. In 1949, it actually really was the Irish people were finally a republic in May of 1949. The reason why I want to clarify that is because there's people out there that are talking about how shameful Sinn Féin is, how bad Sinn Féin is. Well, modern Sinn Féin is bad. They have lost they've lost their way. They claim to be on the right side of history when they're not, because they're not. A lot of people in Ireland are very upset with Sinn Féin because they allow immigration from all these different places. Ireland's becoming a European Union wasteland. It's becoming it's like a puppet of these people that are politically enrolled in Ireland are puppets of the European Union. It's becoming a European Union plantation in Ireland. An Irish country is becoming a plantation by an European Union. I call it evil union plantation. I understand how Neil feels. And I do believe in the Irish Republic, the original one, not the way, not the way Sinn Féin thinks it is today. Modern Sinn Féin is a disgrace. It's shame on modern Sinn Féin. I'm going to show something right here. This hat is from Donegal, Ireland, which I've got ancestry from. What was that? Anyways, this hat is a big hat because it fits good because I got a big Irish talking head. I want to bring that up because it's important because I want people to realize that it's modern Sinn Féin is a disgrace. Shame on modern Sinn Féin. I mean, Sinn Féin was really good in the past. Even when what's his name? McGuinness and Gary Adams was part of Sinn Féin. That's right, Gary Adams was part of Sinn Féin. And when Gary Adams was part of Sinn Féin, he even argued against Micheál Martin. If I'm saying his last name right, or Micheál, in Ireland, because he's the Prime Minister of Ireland right now. Or he's something to do with the Irish politics. But anyways, Gary Adams argued with him and against him about the whole thing about immigration to Ireland. And Gary Adams was totally against it. He didn't like what was going on about people, migrating, migrants from Europe and stuff like that. And Ireland is a sovereign nation that has got borders. And Just want to say thank you, Neil, if I'm saying his name right, your name right, and Niall, for what you're doing about standing up against the immigration in Ireland, about the evil union, European Union, making Ireland into a plantation, just like King James did, and originally did back in the 1500s in Northern Ireland. I think if King James was alive today, he'd be glad to see Ireland turn into a European Union wasteland. Yeah, it's a wasteland. It's a cultural wasteland. I think Neil needs to realize, I don't think he knows about history very much, but England controlled Ireland for over 700 years. The reason why modern Sinn Féin doesn't like England is not anything to do with race, or being racial or racism. It's because England controlled Ireland for over 700 years. That's why. But the thing is, why would modern Sinn Féin, allow all these people to immigrate to Ireland that are not even it's causing a lot of problems. People now are revolting against it, and rightly so. Ireland is for the Irish. It's not for people to migrate over to and think they can live wherever they want, and they're not even Irish either. People say, well, that's just being racist. And Irish nationalists are racist. Not even true. They're frustrated and tired in Ireland over the immigration because because it's wreaking havoc on the culture and the people of Ireland. Yes, I am an Irish Republican. I do stand for the Irish Republic. The Republic I recognize and acknowledge is not the Republic of modern day Sinn Féin. Like the lady, was it Mary Lou McDonald? Horrible. And Sinn Féin should not be controlled by a woman anyways. Not trying to be sexist or anything like that, not at all. People think I probably am for saying that, but the thing is modern Sinn Féin is a disgrace. I don't know why people are chanting shame on Sinn Féin all the time in Ireland and in Northern Ireland too. People are fed up with it. They're frustrated and frustrated with what's going on with the immigration issue in Ireland and the greedy politicians. And the Irish government's been corrupt for decades. I mean, it's been going on for decades and years of political corruption in Ireland. Ireland's got one of the worst corrupt governments one of the worst corrupt governments ever. Ireland wasn't always corrupt, but these greedy politicians, greedy lawyers, greedy corporations and businesses, and greedy government too in Ireland. I wonder why it's corrupt. It's horrible. So that's why I want to say. This phooey on modern Sinn Féin. Shame on modern Sinn Féin. Right? The original Sinn Féin was nothing like it is today. Not even close. It wasn't corrupt. And it wasn't greedy like it is today. So shout out to Niall or Neil, if it's Neil or Niall. I'm glad you're standing up for the truth of the Irish Republic. And have a great day.